What's goody with y'all? TikTok. We back on for the last music review of the night. You dig? I told y'all I was gonna be clocking these music reviews like somebody's ham sandwich, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody's third leg in this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Because shit, you feel me? We gotta make the damn shit pop how it make it pop. Obviously, y'all. Hopefully, y'all know. I don't mean the third leg in that way. I'm joking around though. I don't fuck around like that. You feel me? I'm a I'm a taco man all day. But greetings to y'all. Much love to y'all, wonderful people. We on here yet again to do another YMDR music review for the artists of awesomeness in the building. You feel me? We gonna be doing the music review that's predominantly for the artists, the Kiddo, Bad Girls Need Love too. You feel me? And then we got another track we're gonna be doing one for called Juliet the Band, Lemon Lemon Tree. So you feel me? These are two very talented artists. I ain't even gonna hold you. They very talented indeed. So I really like the style of both of them, what they bring in the midst of the situation. You feel me? They bring some really dopeness to the whole saturation of the music in contrast. You feel me? One is a rap artist, you know what I'm saying? The first one, rap artist. The second is like a woman who basically sings, but obviously she's kind of like a band. You feel me? So she got like the band people in with her to really make that shit kind of come in to like a real contrast with it. So I fucks with both of that type of contrast there. You know what I'm saying? It's really dope to see that. What up, DMF the Beast? What up, man? Thank you for tuning in. But yeah, y'all, that's what we got on the spot for tonight. If y'all don't know too much about YMDR, I should tell y'all YMDR is a multi talented space for all the independent people to tap in with. Why? Because, hey, man, whether y'all know it or not, independent media lives forever. You feel me? And a lot of people think of it like we have to do shit the way the industry expects it to be. You feel me? But that ain't always the case scenario. You feel me? You can always have your own perspective to how you feel about some shit, turning your whole conglomerate of what you create under your entertainment into a world that only you can control the aspects of and you can control the concepts of. So YMDR is essentially that type of space, but it's all under independent media. You feel me? Entertainment and biblical empowerment. You feel me? So we try to get that type of concept out there into the world. And sometimes, hey, sometimes I'm doing music reviews, sometimes I'm doing podcasts, sometimes I'm doing video work, sometimes I'm doing any type of contrast of work whatsoever. Sometimes I'm making puppets. You feel me? Sometimes I'm doing what they call that news briefings. Sometimes I'm doing a lot of different shit. You feel me? I wear a bunch of hats in this motherfucker. But I think I wear a bunch of hats because I've learned to elevate my mind and elevate my perspective on life. And it has given me a centered reality to how I could create my own shit. So that's why ultimately YMDR for me is the place to be. You feel me? Because it's a dope experience to be able to create your own shit. But welcoming all the people who want to tap in with the brand and whatnot. Also want to bring y'all to the contrast that also YMDR is also good for people who predominantly like independent media. You feel me? So as far as the music reviews are concerned, I forgot I got to tell you about the music reviews. We started these music reviews because we saw that there were motherfuckers who was apparently reviewing people's music, but they was going viral because they were criticizing people's music in general, and that wasn't necessarily getting to the cue actions of what these people's music sounded like. So ultimately we came in the cut and said, hey, let's make music reviews honest, let's make them truthful, let's make them transparent. because in this motherfucker, usually people will only understand music reviews that way, not from some fake ass place where it seems like you're not necessarily giving people the understandable contrast to what they can see from music. So, yeah, that's pretty much what we do when it comes to music in the midst of situation. And it's a good, wonderful thing, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we here. That's why we do this. Because hey man, you never know who this could be impacting in the midst of the situation, even though sometimes the artist might not necessarily see it right away. But that's why you put it out there in the midst of the situation to give them the idea of what they need to see from these music reviews in general. So yeah, y'all. All in all, that's why we here. You feel me? We about to go over the first track though. Right now, we ain't gonna cut no corners. We gonna go over the first track, and I'm gonna give my perspective on it. And yeah, y'all. I appreciate anybody who liked the live, share the live, or let me know what's going on in the comments. Whatever you do to engage with the live, we appreciate you for it. You know what I'm saying? Because music reviews come and go. You feel me? But it's always good to have somebody who's gonna come at it from a real trill place. And my last little briefing before we get into this is, hey, if y'all ever want to donate to the brand of YMDR, it's appreciated if you do so. Not necessarily forced that you have to be forced to do it, but if you would like to, you feel me? The brand is such an open place that I be spending a lot of my own money doing this shit. I don't just spend it on what they call that hoes and free and free passes to the strip club. You feel me? I spend this shit on real things that I can utilize for my brand and everything. And so yeah, man, you ever wanted to contribute to that, to add to the pot of the brand and building the brand's structural integrity, we appreciate you for that. You feel me? Because it's a great thing to be able to notice a brand that's trying to bring some form of value to the next individual in the world today. So yeah, y'all. That's all I could tell y'all about that situation. If you ever wanted to do that sort of thing, we appreciate you because, hey, man, the black community needs independent media sources that are telling the truth about what the black community is, opposed to giving the black community this wrong personification that they basically are just motherfuckers who do drugs and all this other different shit. YMDR is the essential key that can tell you that we don't have to do that kind of shit over here. We got all different types of perspectives over here. There's some who might do that kind of shit. There's some who might not. You feel me? But it's always good to have a balance of understanding of what somebody is, opposed to it just being one central way. Remember, the mainstream media is the culprit of these stereotypes. So that's why they basically make us think that these things are valid. But we can always change that perspective if we look for alternative entertainment. You dig? So without further ado, we're going to get into these music reviews, man. I know I've been talking a bit. We're going to get into these music reviews. The first one we going over is The Kiddo, Bad Girls Need Love. You feel me? Let's get it. The Kiddo, Bad Girls Need Love. Let's go.
Baby, let's just take some time to get right. Cause we be fighting all day and we be fucking all night. I know it's gonna take some time to get right. No, you won't change overnight. As long as you know I try to work it out. But you broke your promise. You told me forever inside it. No, you can't turn back now. I told you I've been through some trauma. So why would you go and rewind it? Oh, I can't handle another fight. Oh, I can't handle another love, girl, my heart's on ice. Girl, I know that you live through life, but I can't get over you. I love a good girl, but bad girls, they need love too, and they love me too. Baby, I want you. Bad girls, they need love too, and they I love a good girl, but bad girls, they need love too. And they love me too. Baby, I want you. Yeah, you bad, bad. You be my side when I need you the most. Yeah, you bad, bad. By my side when I needed you to hold. Told me you was with me right or wrong, but switched up on the code. You leave me down for love with someone else. I know how to do good. Yeah. But you broke your promise. You told me forever inside it. No, you can't turn back now. But I can't get over you. I love a good girl, but bad girls, they need love too. And they love me too. Baby, I want you. I love a good girl, but bad girls, they need love too. And they love me too. Baby, I want you.
Spencer, you made it.
Okay. That was the Kiddo. Bad girls need love. You dig? So, um, the first contrast I could really say about this song, is it definitely is going off of the stigmatization of, obviously try to say that word as if it's really in the motherfucking dictionary. But stigmatization, obviously, when you really think of the stigmatization of this song, what you can get is that most people do usually put the bad persona out there that they like bad motherfuckers. There's women who put out there that they like bad men just as much as there's men who put out there that they like bad women. So I think I can understand the conglomerate of why he is referring to this contrast of saying bad girls need love. Now, given what I understand about it as well is it does depend on which bad girl you talking about, because at the end of the day there's some bad women who will motherfucking send your ass up a motherfucking rudder and you don't know where the hell your Wi-Fi connection at. So there are some differences between the two when it comes to dealing with what they call that bad women in those regards. But I could say for this song though, I do like the ranges of how this song is. The beat is actually vibing. That beat is just like, hitting the curves the way it need to hit the curves. And I like how the vocals are actually wrapping around the beat as well, making it whereas he punching it on every levels to where it's not like thrown off in any key. I feel like there isn't a key thrown off too much in that song. He's basically making it clear of what it is that he's trying to do with the maneuverization of how he's moving in the song and what he wants the song to communicate. So that's pretty a good contrast of how you work a song. Some people they create a song and it's hesitation. This one didn't feel like there was any hesitation. It felt like he was saying it from a place like he was saying it from a place like he was clocking in for the Migos song. You feel me? Don't not to say he sound like the Migos. I could say there are a little bit of conglomerates of a little bit of how he sounds kind of stemmed into the music industry as a whole. So there is a little bit of that in there, I would say, to an extent. But I think because his voice also is very different, there's a little bit of a difference that might be kind of over construing past the kind of compromisation of it being completely and utterly the same as all the rest of them. You feel me? So that's a good thing. That's also a good thing. The message in the song obviously is the clear message of that, you know, he is messing around with, bad women. He likes good girls, but bad girls need love too, is what he's communicating. And I think in the midst of that, a lot of what he communicated in the song, it really gave the personification to though that when you mess with bad women, you get a lot of bad contrast in the midst of that. You feel me? So you don't just mess with bad women for the reasons you think that you should be messing with them for. Ultimately, if you mess with a bad chick, you get bad results. So I feel like he's talking about the bad results in the midst of that also, because if you think about the part where he's saying I can't handle another fight or I can't handle another this, because it's like they argue all the time, but then they fuck all the time. You feel me? He's basically giving this personification that ultimately these are the heights you might be going if you mess with a bad chick. You feel me? So he's saying, in the midst of it, that's what you might be seeing. You feel me? But the fact of the matter is, he also put in there how he can't get over the bad chick though either. So, it's kind of like he kind of hook, line, the stinker to the situation, because when you think about how it's congruently building in, is the message is definitely giving off this vibe that, hey, when you mess with a bad chick, that's what you gonna get. You see what I'm saying? And not to say that I ain't even gonna hold you, not to say that if you mess with a good woman, that you technically don't get bad vibes, because every human being is capable of having a good side and a bad side. You feel me? We are all human. We all have those moments of that type of personification. But it just depends on who the person is who will bring out them bad portions of what a human being is going to be. You dig? And that's what people should remember about a situation when they talking about bad girls or good girls. Don't think just because a girl is good that motherfucker she ain't gonna throw hands if you wilding on her. You see what I'm saying? Because there's some that do, and then there's some that don't. You feel me? It's all a different personification that's mixed in with the midst of the situation and how they view things and what you will see from them as a whole. So yeah, that's one thing I keep in mind about the concept of people when they say these things about bad girls or good women. Um, I ain't got no qualms with good women. I done told a Brody for real that, hey, I like good women like a motherfucker. So I ain't never said that when it came to good women that I wasn't gonna pass the contrast of it. Because I guess if I'm gonna be honest too about the song and that contrast, um, I have had my fair share of fucking around with bad women. And let's just put it this way. I've had my fair share of messing around with crazy women. So yeah, the bad part is not always the innuendo that I'm worried about. It's the crazy part that I'm usually in a damn badminton show for. Because motherfucker, you know, and it depends on the situation, because most motherfuckers will deal with that kind of shit and most motherfuckers won't. So I guess in the midst of the song, it also feels like he can handle the stones of the situation. So that's the reason why he ain't taking it like it's the end of the motherfucking world, which I wouldn't take it like it's the end of the world neither, because I done already dealt with bad women my damn self. But I think that when you start to really digest the two, you understand which one is actually not ripping your soul completely out of your body. You start to understand which one is building an evolution between your heart, mind, and soul, opposed to the one that is basically just harming you all the time. Because that's what comes with bad women. Bad women have a tendency to rip out the soul, mind, and heart. And then at the end of the day, it seems like it's just a continuation of ripping that doesn't actually evolve into anything. You see, and when you think of good women do have a potential to rip out the heart, mind, and soul, but at the same time, they also know how to maneuver it to be built back up to where it is maneuvering itself into a greater stratosphere. You feel me? So that's one thing that some men should keep in mind about women if they're going to put personifications out there when it comes to bad women or good women. Every woman who's good has the capability to be bad, and every bad woman has the capability to be good. It's just y'all have to learn how to understand the balancization of the situation. So yeah, overall, I do like the song because Brody voice smacking in this song. So he killed that shit from that personification. And I really like just the confines of the message in that regards, even though it might be a message that I'm not completely and utterly in contrast with. However, still is a good song. Somebody could listen to it and be like, oh yeah, I vibe with that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's one thing I put out there about it. Gang, gang. So yeah, we're gonna go to the next artist. This obviously is an artist that is from a different form of a genre. This is Juliet, the band, Lemon Tree. Let's get it. You feel me? Gang, gang. All right. That was Juliet, the band, Lemon Tree. Y'all, that track, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I fucks with the fact that that's a rock slash EDM track. I only say it's slash EDM. What's up, bro? I only say it's slash EDM because the ending actually gives off that EDM vibe. You feel me? That build up type of shit. Where it's like, you see? Because that's like a build up from like some EDM shit. So obviously, the song is giving off both of those conglomerates instrumentally. You feel me? Instrumentally, that's dope as fuck. So it's like got like a rock vibe, but it's also got like an EDM vibe. So I noticed that instantly when I was listening to it. The second thing I noticed about this song is if you listening very closely, the song is talking about lemon tree, but it also is talking about a sexual innuendo. So you feel me? If you ain't paying close attention, you might not hear it, but it's in there. Obviously, the sexual innuendo is in there tremendously. What's good with you, Denise? Thank you for tuning in to the live. I'm doing a music review. But yeah, that's what I'm ultimately hearing in it as well. Is like a little bit of a sexual innuendo there as well. I also can say that I just like the vibe of how she's very much this song gives off that really like in tune, happy, joyful vibe. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that it's all joyful, but I could say it does give the vibe to being kind of joyful, like a rock kind of joyful vibe. You feel me? She is saying it in a tone that's almost like it's a happy vibe type shit. So I fucks with that. I think that is essential in a song like this because of the way that that beat sounds. That beat is really transparent, and you can tell that it has that kind of vibe in the midst of how it's sounding. So sonically, the message in the song, what I could say about the message is this. I could say that this song is the type of song that might need what we call a lyric video. The other song as well, I might not have said this with the Bad Girls Need Love song too as well, but they both are songs that whether we know it or not might need a lyric video too. Because it's a good song to listen to, obviously, but sometimes the fall track of it that you might miss is the lyrics to the contrast. So sometimes I was listening to it and I was trying to find out where the lyrics were. Not gonna say every person needs to hear it from the lyrical senses, but some people like to hear the words and know what the words are so they can put the piece together of what the song is trying to communicate. So this is just my analysis of what I'm hearing from both of these artists in particular is that in Lemon Tree definitely might need a lyric video because that last ending part, I didn't know what the words were to that. So that's the reason why I couldn't necessarily map out what the message was in this particular song, Lemon Tree. So yeah, I would just say if y'all both could try to, if y'all need to, whether that's Juliet the band or Bad Girls Need Love from Kiddo, y'all get some lyric videos so people can actually lyrically hear these songs from a real place and actually give a good wording to what they're hearing, you know, because that also will help in the midst of how they sound and how people will actually engage with them, you know, because that's one thing that I've always remembered about a song. Sometimes when a song is good as fuck, I can like the fact that it's good as fuck. But sometimes if I don't know how to track the lyrics or track the contrast of the lyrics, it can kind of throw off how I'm gonna understand it or see it. So that's one thing I would put in there is that both of y'all probably need lyric videos for y'all songs as well. But for Lemon Tree, that's what she needs. But also, I think I just like her voice as well. Her voice in the song while the band is playing is very much a good sonically sounding like vibe. You can sonically listen to this song and really get a good picture of what this song is trying to communicate obviously, but yes, a lyric video would help. And just yeah, I mean, I like the imagery of it. It's obviously like the imagery is a little uh slightly provocative, but not completely. It is a woman on the ground with lemons on her. So the lemons are over her, you know, what's to call it, and then the lemons are over the middle piece, if you catch my drift. But yeah, Ultimately, um, ultimately, that's what I can say about this song. I really like the message of the song. I can say, even though I wasn't able to track everything in the confines of the song, I still can say that the message is pretty solid, and the way that it's like sounding is really solid. I like the vocals, the sonic sound of how the vocals are going along with the music is going in there really good. I really can track where the aspects of the song is being heard. And I definitely can say the words you can technically hear pretty well. But ultimately, I feel for certain parts you might need a lyric video for that so that people can kind of know how to sing along to it type shit. You know what I'm saying? So all in all, if we could give a cross examination of both of these songs, putting them into perspective, what I could say the most is from the first song that that song gives that typical vibe that ultimately uh bad girls need love. So that song gives off a typical vibe of, parading the concept of bad girls and bad women and the essential contrast of that. There's people who definitely might actually resonate with that. The song in this one obviously is giving off like a sexual innuendo. You feel me? That you might have to really listen to hear it in the midst of the situation. But it's obviously one that's not the same as what the guy is talking about in the midst of the Bad Girls Need Love song. It's more or less a sexual innuendo from a lesbian standpoint. So that's what it seems like is coming out of that contrast when you hear it from that song in general. Which don't think, not to think or say that that can't be necessarily utilized for certain people, because some people actually probably vibe to songs that have lesbian innuendos in them. So I don't think that's an issue. I think that the song will probably be something that is helpful to someone in that range of place. But I feel like the songs in general, both of the messages they communicated definitely fed through why the songs were communicating what they were communicating. So essentially, they both are very good songs for people to listen to in the contrast if they wanted to learn a little bit more about each song from the rap persona and from the rock band slash EDM persona. You feel me? So that's what I could say about the songs in general as a cross examination. They both just really good tracks. And whoever want to go check them out, obviously you should go check them out. Juliet the band is the one who made the song Lemon Tree, and the Kiddo, Bad Girls Need Love. You got to watch the spelling on that because the Bad Girls is actually with a Z, and then the Need Love is actually with a LUV. You feel me? So, yeah. Hey, y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in to the live, and I appreciate the artists who obviously let me review their music. Hopefully, they know that I just tapped in and got their stuff done. This is actually one of the stops of my last music review for tonight. So yeah, I'm glad I clocked that last one in and got that done. You feel me? I got about probably one more and probably another one. I probably got about, if I'm being honest, I might have about three more music reviews to wrap up the year in the contrast of it. But I appreciate everybody who done let me do it on TikTok. You feel me? TikTok is pretty lit for y'all to just throw the music in the caliber of where it's supposed to be, y'all. So I appreciate y'all for letting me do that in the midst of the situation. The ones who have let me do these music reviews for y'all. This is my last one, and I appreciate it being the last one for tonight. We might have a couple more tomorrow, possibly. I have to see, but it might be a little bit at another particular time frame, but we'll see. So yeah, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with it. This has been the YMDR music reviews. You feel me? Um, Peace out, y'all. Sky Gang, I'm gonna be back on this motherfucker in a few. So hey, um, yeah, gang, we ain't gonna do the music reviews, but I'll be back on here. So gang, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And yeah, man, y'all stay impacted, never control, man. This has been the YMDR music reviews. You feel me? Gang. We'll see y'all later.